News, my friends, in the rideshare community spreads fast like wildfire. Natasha Gregson Wagner sells striking Venice compound to tech entrepreneur. Which one? Dara K. is coming to my hood, coming to Los Angeles, to Venice. And we checked up his address, right? There's things such as title companies where you can get addresses. Right, so this property, and I'm a bit of a research freak, I got to admit it, is at 1327 Vienna Way in Venice. A lot of brush, a lot of trees, so you can't see the elusive CEO, right? But I can tell you what, these streets here are going to be filled with a lot of peaceful protests. And I'm going to be one of them, organizing one of these in the new year. Now, if he is moving a part of his family there, or if he's renting or bought this house for his family, we back off, right? We are not going to harass people or protest or strike at a house when he's just bought this as a gesture with his lot of money that he's earned on our backs for his family. But if this is one of his getaway places and we know he's there, expect these streets to be full, right? And you're going to have a lot of pissed off neighbors around here, right? When they find out who bought this house. Now, what am I basing it on? Obviously, in the article, let's just go through this. You know, talk is cheap. Seller is Natasha Gregson Wagner. I've also shot an email out to their realtor broker to confirm this. No reply. Locations in Venice. Price is $6.8 million, 4,000 square feet. Hefty price, but he can afford it. So a previous version of the story labeled Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi as the buyer of this Venice compound, but a knowledgeable source now says his family is merely renting the premises from the current owner. Maybe that's a distraction, right? But if anybody has credible evidence that he actually lives there, we need to start organizing a strike. If anybody has credible information that his family lives there, we back off. And every protest or strike, my friends, has to be peaceful. We're not a bunch of rowdies that will engage in swearing and shouting and fighting. No, we just bring the message in banner form, right? A lot of big banners and a lot of media, right, to make a statement, to get the press involved. So at some point, guaranteed, if we know he's there, the press will be called down and we'll rally. I'll have no problem rallying a few hundred Uber and Lyft drivers there, because if anyone has the power to change things, he just doesn't want to. If anybody has the power to spend money on the right things, again, he just doesn't want to. It's Dara K. So it just blows me away that he'll spend $2 million, give himself a $2 million bonus, and also match that with $2 million for his own personal safety and protection, right? That just goes to show you how much this guy is hated. He spends more than Jeff Bezos and a couple of other CEOs that make way more money than him on his own security. But what does he do for drivers? Very, very little. And again, that goes into Harry Campbell, Rideshare Guy's report, his survey. Satisfaction with Uber and Lyft is at its lowest, right? It's come down tremendously. People are unhappy, and they are also pissed off about the safety issues. So the issue of safety, I will bring to his front door in Venice. One of my offices is not far away, just a few miles away from here in Marina del Rey, down by Washington. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. A couple of videos, a couple of announcements, and we will rally the drivers to that neighborhood. But if I have credible information that is just part of his family living there, we back off. We are not going to harass any other family members. If he's there, we will be there. Let me finish the article. The trickle of tech money into the Los Angeles real estate market has rapidly evolved into a gushing waterfall. as record-breaking home prices everywhere attest, particularly those on the desirable west side near LA's so-called Silicon Beach. Take this dramatic marble Radziner designed architectural compound in Venice, the majorly gentrified yet still somewhat gritty seaside neighborhood. Blah, 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 blah. Is there anything else on him? Sold for a whopping 6.8 million. I don't want to bore you with all the details. You can go through the pretty pictures and see where he's going to be marching around in his house, probably in his golden robe. His golden robe with a black Uber sign on it, my guess, just knowing how big his ego is. And then what else is here? It just tells you what it has. So I'll put the link in there for you guys. You can go through it. The main thing is we hunted the address down. We know where it is right now. And the only little piece of the puzzle that we're really missing is, will he personally be staying there once in a while? Is this vacant? Did he rent this out for his family? What's the real story here? And then again, street view. A lot of big trees and brushes, like all hidden away in the background. My guess is that's the building over there, right? The address here is at 1327 Vienna Way in Venice. So I would like to, at some point when there's credible information that he's there, I would like to see all of these streets filled with peaceful protesters and strikers holding up their banners, holding up examples of their pay, holding up examples of wrongful deactivation. I will hold up my few $100,000 lawsuit for all the unpaid referrals and the shenanigans that this company is doing, and I will use that opportunity in December and January to jump in front of the cameras, right, and say, hey, guess who lives there? The guy that basically finds every creative way to steal money from Uber drivers, right? And it's got to be said, right? This is the only way you get to them, is you burst their little ego bubble, right? And you push them for results, and the results got to speak for themselves. And that is in 2020. If you're not focusing on creating more satisfied drivers, if you're not focusing on safety, if you're not focusing on ways how to take monies from, and many a times illegal, and I'll show that in my case, then don't be the CEO, right? Just be an ethical leader that truly unites drivers with the company and that has integrity, not this constant BS that we hear every single week from this guy, right? So I'm the first one there to create a massive protest and strike at his house if I truly know he's there. If I know he's there over the summer, I know a lot of people in Venice, a lot of credible people. I know a lot of the restaurant owners, the owners of James Beach, a lot of restaurant owners on Washington. If I hear that he's in town and I get a text from someone saying, hey, he's in our restaurant, I frequent all those areas very often, then we can make it happen in 24 hours, right? If we have a picture and proof from a restaurant manager or owner or anything like that, hey, he's here, he's spotted, 10 p.m. at James Beach, down on Pacific in Venice, boom, we rally the troops. Have a fantastic day. I'm excited about this, right? I'm like a little kid. And we, a couple of phone calls, we've got the media guys, and boom, we'll have the drivers descend on this address. Super good times ahead. Have a great day.